Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Aries for the year 2010. And this also applies if you have an Aries ascendant. So Aries, this is a pretty big year for you coming up. Many of you may have heard about this cardinal climax. Well, you are a cardinal sign. So this climax of the outer planets that is coming together in the middle of this year coming, this 2010, is going to impact you quite strongly. And as well, because Jupiter and Uranus, for a while, for a few months, are going to be in your sign. So this is a year when there's going to be a lot of focus for you on your relationships. Relationships are going to take centre stage for you, as well as your career, and as well as you finding a new vision for yourself. I feel as though many Aries have somehow, you've got a little bit lost, some of you. You're not quite sure where you're going. And this year, you're going to be given the opportunity to create a brand new vision. And Aries, you love something that's new. You love something that's exciting. You love a challenge. And this year, for sure, is going to have its excitements for you. Now, let me start with Saturn. Saturn is in your 7th house for much of the year, except for a short period during April to July when it goes back into Virgo, into your 6th house. Saturn is in your 7th house of relationships. So what this will mean for you is you need to take a really strong, hard look at your relationships. The sooner the better, really. And look at whether they're equitable. Are you giving too much? Are you feeling nourished? Are you feeling as though you're not getting your needs met? So any relationships in your life now where you feel as though they're really not working, or maybe they're past their sell-by date. And when I mean relationships, Aries, I mean everything, all kinds of relationships. It could be an intimate relationships, a marriage. It could equally be a business relationship or partnership. Or it can be a consultant that you work with. Maybe somebody who's been mentoring you or consulting you, or even a doctor. It can be any kind of a professional relationship or an intimate relationship. And these relationships are coming under the spotlight for question. Because when Saturn makes this transit of your 7th house, you can bet that all your relationships within the next 3 years, because it's there actually next couple of years until October 2012 is when this transit fully finishes its transit of your 7th house. But however, whilst it's transiting this 7th house, and particularly at the beginning, which is now, this is when many relationships can in fact end. If a relationship's really not working for you and not nourishing you, and you're not learning lessons from it and moving forward and growing, then the relationship may have to end. So for those of you that do go through endings, or who are thinking of ending a relationship, remember sometimes there is some pain to go through to make way for something new. And Aries, as I said earlier, you like the new. So don't be too concerned if some relationships do have to come to a natural end. And best if you can see it in advance and be consciously aware of it, or those relationships that are strong will get strengthened during this transit. So it's really got a positive aspect to it too. Saturn always gets rid of things that really are not working for you and makes way for the new. So relationships would be a very big area. Briefly, Saturn moves back into your 6th house during April and July. And that means you may have to deal with a health issue, or you may have to deal with a work issue that just needs completing, that needs dealing with, and you need to put closure to it. We've got Pluto in your 10th house, making a long transit there, but this again means that you are working on finding out what it is you're supposed to be doing with your life. And the Pluto will make you want to explore different avenues in depth. And please allow yourself the time. Don't rush this process. This is a long transit, and for many of you, you're feeling your way. Allow yourself to feel that way. With Pluto, do some research. Go deep into some areas that you've maybe not yet fully explored. Take the time to go deeper. We've got Neptune in your 11th house all the year. Neptune in the 11th, well, it is a time to be thinking about your dreams and wishes. It's also a time to be looking at the people around you, your friends, and to see which ones are really genuine and those which maybe are pulling on you a little bit. Neptune, there's a tendency for you just to give out to these friends, and it's important that you don't become a martyr and that you really think about, well, is this friend really worth giving to? And really put your energy into those people who are really worth it in your life, Aries. And the other big thing that's going to be happening for you is that Jupiter briefly comes into your sign Aries for the latter few months of the year. After about June, let me look on my list here. Yes, June to September. Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, abundance, good luck, comes into your first house, Aries, into your sign between June and September. So this is a time really to focus on your growth, on physical things, on things that you want to do for yourself, but mainly on expanding yourself into new areas. We've got Uranus joining your sign as well, the planet of the new, the exciting between June and August as well. So boy, you can expect this June, July, August period to be a period of expansion, like you're suddenly coming out again. Because prior to that, what with Mars in Leo retrograde, in your 5th house of creativity, you're going to feel a little bit held back in some ways. Jupiter in the 12th, yeah, it's a time really to be giving to other people, particularly for these first few months of the year. And a time to be thinking a little bit introspectively and to allow your energy to go inward, to maybe meditate, to be quiet, to do more quiet things. And then, whoosh! Everything's going to suddenly come out, opportunities are going to come to you come that middle of the year, June, July, August, and a little bit into September. So we've got a lot of different things that you're going to be focusing on, Aries. There's certainly the seriousness of the relationships and taking that quite seriously and breaking it down so that you can move forward in nourishing relationships that really work for you. Looking at your career, but taking time with that and not rushing it. Looking at the friends that you're giving to and checking out whether they're really worth it. And finally, enjoying that period. And so in between June and September, so have that build up in the first part of the year. Really work on a plan of action. Use the Mars retrograde to work on a plan of action. Especially those of you who are thinking of going into your own business or doing your own thing. Work out the plan of action, because everything will really move forward for you towards the middle and the end part of the year. So I wish you all a very, very happy new year. I've written much of this up on my website as well, so for those of you that like to read the written word, a lot of these forecasts will be written on there. For those of you who'd like a personal reading, please go to my website and look at your various options. So I wish you a great year, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for listening. Bye.